Good morning and welcome to Liverpool Online. This is Mid-Morning Music, your weekly music podcast with me, Phil Beale. And today we are going to have a chat with local musician, singer-songwriter and all-round great bloke, Michael Roberts. So welcome, Michael. Come on, guys. Give him a...
Thank you very much. That sounds make me sound great, so I like that.
Well, welcome to the studio, mate. It's really good to see you. And what I'd like to do is ask you about your musical journey, really. And where did it all start for you, Mike? That's the question, really. What's the first thing you remember about music?
The first thing I remember, from when I was a little kid, we used to have all kinds of music in the house. We used to have high life, African high life. We used to have calypsos. We used to have loads of music all the time.
Yeah, calypso was like a bit of a phase, wasn't it? I think at one point. Would that have been the?
No, I remember the time you're talking about. That was probably in the late 50s, wasn't it? But
yeah,
this is when I was a little kid, when I was a child, actually.
Right, yeah.
And we used to get, I don't know, Lord Kitchener and all them people. Very, what would you call it? Salacious records, they were.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, a bit naughty, yeah. So was that from the influence of your mum and dad, was it? Or your brothers and sisters, or just a musical family, were you?
Well, I'm the oldest in the family, so I was the only child at the time, so...
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my mother and father probably got them records good.
Yeah.
I used to I can still remember the words because they were so...
so rude.
Yeah, I won't repeat them.
So were there other musicians in your... Were they musicians themselves?
No. They definitely weren't musicians.
Right. So who were the first acts that you really loved, really cottoned onto sort of thing and latched onto?
First act? When I was a child.
Artists or...
I used to love Doris Day when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I remember getting washed down by my ma and saying, "Isn't Doris Day great?" I used to say to her. She'd say, "Oh, yes, son, of course it is." But anyway, when it really got my mind blown was when rock and roll come around. I think it was Bill Haley was the first person I heard. And I thought, oh, that sounds great, that. So investigated a bit more. I went to my uncle's house, actually, and he had this big record collection. And he had loads of rock and roll records. And I just sat there and listened to them all day.
Yeah, fabulous.
Big 78.
Fantastic,
like,
yeah.
Big sound on them.
Wow, yeah. That's
great.
Fantastic. So, who was the first person you actually got to go and see play live?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you do much of that?
Yeah, I used to go to... in between, we used to go to the Alley Oak down Smithdown Road, where they used to have all the bands on. All the local Mersey beat bands, shall we say.
Yeah.
But I remember some of the names, but I don't remember what they look like.
No. Who can you remember from the beat bands, the beat groups?
Let's see, Earl Preston, the TTs. What's that fellow? He's still going now. I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but his guitarist, I used to go to school with his guitarist.
Ah, right, yeah.
His name will come to me eventually, I suppose. Yeah, all the swinging blue jeans.
I was going to ask about them, actually, because they were pretty big, weren't they, in the end?
And the Chants. And
right. Yeah, the Chants now, they became the real thing, am I right in saying? Was that the first iteration of, like, the Amu brothers?
Yeah.
Am I right there?
I don't think Chris Amu was in the Chants, but certainly Eddie Amu was in the Chants.
What's the style were they playing? Were they playing rock and roll, or was it more...
No, they were just like a doo-wop group.
Ah, right, yeah.
They used to do covers. I think they done... Was it Come Go With Me by the Del Vikings?
Yeah, fabulous.
A few others, yeah. So
fascinating.
They used to appear on the Alley Oak.
Did Skiffle impact on you at all?
Yeah. Lonnie Donegan, used to love Lonnie Donegan, and Chas McDevitt, and the Vipers and all them people. Yeah, used to...
the Quarrymen.
I never actually saw them. Well, I heard the Vipers. Yeah, they were doing some in a field of molten somewhere, weren't they?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Did you start playing at a little? How old were you when you first sort of started trying to play?
When I first started trying to play was I must have been about 14. My uncle, who had the record collection, he asked me if I wanted a guitar. So I said, oh, yeah, I love a guitar.
Brilliant.
So he got me one. He got it from this, I don't know if you'll ever remember, in the old newspapers, they used to have like big pages of adverts, little squares on the back.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And one of the places that used to advertise in there was called Headquarter and General Supplies.
Oh, okay.
And he got me a guitar from there. So I got it, well, he gave it to me, and so I'm starting to learn to play it. I remember I learned to play A minor and a E, but it was hurting my fingers.
That's right.
So I don't know whether it was because of the action of the guitar or because I just had little wimpy fingers, but after, I don't know, a few months I gave it up, and that was the end of that.
That's really strange you say that, because I had exactly the same experience when I was a lot older. I tried when I was about 14, it just hadn't happened for whatever reason. So I got to my late 20s, so I'm going to do this once and for all. And I had the same experience. I went to a shop and I said, I want to learn to play guitar. Can you please give me the right guitar that I can learn on? And I need a tutorial and whatever, you know. And they gave me this terrible guitar, which I had no method of or knowledge about, you know, no method of detecting that this was a crap guitar with the worst action you could possibly imagine. And for a year I struggled and struggled and struggled. I couldn't make it happen. And it was killing my fingers. And I just happened to pop into a guitar shop on holiday somewhere I was, and picked this Epiphone acoustic up, and the action was so gorgeous. It was just so beautiful to play. I thought, that's where I've been going wrong, you know. It's really important. So you did the same thing, you gave it up as well because of that?
Yeah, I gave it up till I was about 25, I think, and then I says, I'm going to learn.
That's fascinating. We've got such a similar story. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
So I was working with this fella, and he could play a bit, and he says he had this spare guitar. I said, oh, well, I'll have it, yeah. So he gave me this guitar, took it home, and the neck used to move like that.
Oh, shit. You're joking.
It wasn't the best start, but...
So was that another acoustic, was it? Or
that was an acoustic, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I persevered with that.
Good fun with keeping that in tune then, mate.
Yeah, well, I wasn't very good at keeping anything in tune, to tell you the truth. At that time, I used to, you know, I'd play a chord, I put my fingers where they tell you should play.
Yeah.
Put them, but how it sounded.
Yeah.
But I learned a few songs, I've got to say, so yeah.
So what sort of songs did you start out with, do you remember? I can remember the first song I ever played all the way through without stopping. I can remember it like it was yesterday.
No, I can remember playing Mr. Tambourine Man.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, Whiskey in a Jar, the folk version.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Not Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
Few others like that, you know.
Yeah, fabulous. Mine was Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace.
And I liked Amazing Grace because it'd been on a Rod Stewart album when I was on his first really big hit of an album, and so I related to that.
Oh, yeah.
So I played that all the way through.
I learned to play that as single notes, you know. A melody.
Yeah.
I think that was the first melody I ever learned. So
fabulous, yeah.
That was good.
Did you sing from the start?
No, I thought I was a terrible singer.
Right, yeah.
I probably still am a terrible singer.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I didn't sing till I joined my first band, which was a while ago. Yeah. So we used to go to this rehearsal room, and we had ended up playing bass in this band.
Ah, right.
But we used to go to this rehearsal room. Crash Studio was on Victoria Street, by Victoria Street.
Yeah.
We used to rehearse. We rehearsing this fella's song, and then they asked if I had any songs. So I'd written this song.
Oh, right.
Call and Need Somebody.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, yeah, I'll give this a go. So I sung it, and first time I sung it was about 100 miles an hour because of the adrenaline and the nerves and everything. So done that. Then we kept rehearsing it, and it must have sounded good because they didn't shout or complain. So anyway, they says, on the first gig, do you want to sing the song? I'm saying, oh yeah, definitely want to sing this song. So we get on the stage, and then we're playing. And then comes to my turn to sing, and I was terrified. I said to the guitarist, "Should I do it or not?" And he says, "It's up to you." So I says, "Oh yeah." I swore like that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. So I sung this song anyway, and people applauded. But then afterwards, people were saying that I should sing a lot more.
Well, that's great, isn't
So I
it?
said,
First of all, it's a great feeling when you've created something yourself and people are out there applauding what you've done. That's a great feeling, isn't it? I really relate to that.
oh yeah, it was fun. I think that's why I carried on writing songs. And
Fantastic. Yeah. So was that the first song you'd written, or the first one you were brave enough to put forward to the band, as it were?
yeah, I think it's. I can't remember it's the first one I've written, but yeah, it's certainly the easiest to play and sing. So yeah, I think that's why I put that forward.
Yeah.
So
And what was the name of that band, the first band that you were seriously playing with?
it's called Mustang.
Mustang.
Yeah, it was it had what was it? What was his name? Derek Hogarth and Chris Horsley. Derek was the guitar player and Chris was the drummer. I played bass. And yeah, we used to do. The guitar player must have been a big Dick Dale fan.
Oh, really? Yeah, a bit of surfing kind of
Yeah,
style. Yeah.
That's the way he played.
Right. Yeah.
So anyone who described us used to say the Pulp Fiction band.
Oh yeah,
just because that was.
It's another movement now, you know, surf rock or whatever they call it. It's out there now. All the kids are into it. It's crazy, but whatever. It's all good, isn't it? You know, it's all music.
All good. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Music.
So right, so and were you with them for a while with Mustang, or was that a short-lived thing, or?
Yeah, it was like bands and egos and things.
Absolutely,
you know.
personalities. Yeah, absolutely. So what was your first serious bit of hardware then? What was your first guitar you thought, yeah, this is a real guitar?
The first guitar, yeah, it was Squire Stratocaster. It was.
Yeah.
I really liked that guitar.
Yeah.
I had it for a while. Well, I still got it actually.
Brilliant.
I like to play it, and but I like to plug it into pedals and make loads of noise.
Yeah. So what have you brought with you today?
I bought a Fender Strat American Classic. It's called.
So it's actually American build Strat.
No, it's a Mexican.
Oh,
Strat.
it's a Mexican Strat. Even so, really good guitars. I had a Mexican Strat telly.
Yeah.
Sorry, Strat telly. A Mexican telly. Sorry, I have to cut that out.
I'll leave it in sound.
Yeah, that may look a right idiot. Yeah. But you're going to pick it up and play it for us, aren't you? So you said you're going to play a song called "I Don't Mind." So what's the origin of that song? What does that come from?
Oh, this is it's politics of a band. It's about that basically.
Cool. Yeah. Is it a recent one, or have you had it?
No, it's one of my earlier ones.
Yeah.
I'm only going to play because I think I know it better than most of them.
Okay, mate, well, what we're going to do is then we're going to hear from Michael now. Michael Roberts playing his own composition here with "I Don't Mind."
I don't mind helping anyone. I don't mind at all. If you need a helping hand, all you gotta do is call. But don't use me, don't abuse me, don't try to take me for a ride. Don't try and rule me. Don't try and fool me. Because I do have my pride. Give and take is what I say. Give all it takes. Makes no difference, fingers bleed, your string breaks. It's not easy dealing with sleazy people who want to screw you. At the end of the day, I'll just walk away. All the time looking through you. One day you're gonna find nowhere to go. I'll just smile, say to myself, there, I told you so. And I'll still be strong. I'll sing my song. I'll watch you as you walk away. I'll know as we part, I've still got my heart. I'll live to play another day. One of the slow.
Okay, cool. Well, that was great, Mike. Thank you for that. So that was "I Don't Mind" by Michael Roberts.
That was.
And you'll currently play with your band that you play with now. Is called Prial. Is that right? Yeah.
Prial.
Okay.
Prial.
Excellent. So is that what's the configuration of the band? How many of you are there?
It's meant to be a three-piece, but at the moment it's a duo.
Right. Yeah.
Because them bass players are hard to find.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're hard to find and even harder to hang on to, aren't they? So what effects the pandemic had on you, mate? And
like everyone else. I mean, everything just shut down, so you sort of lose all your contacts and all the places that used to go regularly.
Yeah.
You have to build them back up.
Of course, yeah.
Sometimes you don't do it.
Well, yeah, I guess you're probably in the process of trying to make that happen.
Yeah.
So have you got I've got any shows lined up as we speak?
Yeah, I was meant to play the Outpost on April the 22nd.
Fantastic.
So
So
if you're down there, get down there and
absolutely. So where's the Outpost, did you say?
on Renshaw Street.
Renshaw Street. Brilliant. Okay. Renshaw Street. And that's the 22nd, did you say?
22nd of April.
Of April. Cool. Okay. And is that for, by any chance, Big Condo Records?
That's for Big Condo Records.
Fantastic. One of their brilliant events. So I'll definitely be seeing you there one way or another.
One way or another.
Looks like I might be playing bass. We'll see.
He's a great bass player. Take it from him.
Well, so does your set as it stands at the moment? Then is it all originals or a mixture?
Yeah, it's all originals at the moment. But like we were discussing before, maybe I should get a few covers. Go and sing in the pubs or something.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. That is, because it's difficult for original material artists. I think in any city, in every city, it's the same. Pubs want to hear. They want to guarantee money at the door or over the bar, don't they?
They do, yeah.
And therefore they prefer bands that are going to play a load of hits and cover versions and
I know,
stuff.
but you've got to have new music, haven't you?
You absolutely do.
You can't just be regurgitating the
absolutely
same old things.
I'm totally on your side. It's just really tough to find the gig, isn't it?
I know.
That's the problem. You just got to battle on. You just got to battle on and do your thing. So, who do you enjoy listening to these days? You know, who do you listen to for pleasure?
For pleasure?
Who are your favourite artists?
I've got loads of a big record collection. I just listen to that. They're mostly the older stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I listen to Bob Dylan a lot because I think he's a great songwriter and you can learn loads from him.
Absolutely. And
even some of the tunes he does, you say,
yeah,
that's
definitely.
a funny way of doing it.
Definitely. I don't know if you've ever read any Nick Hornby. He writes for film. Or a lot of his books have been made into films, like High Fidelity.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That John Cusack one.
That's right. Yeah, really great film. A great book, and I didn't think it would work, but it was done brilliantly. With transferred it from like a British story to an American film. It was fantastic. But he made me laugh. He brought out a book called something like I can't remember what the number was, 53 songs or something. The most influential songs that he's ever heard or listened to. And he said Bob Dylan. This one section about Bob Dylan. This Bob Dylan song. I'm not really that bothered about Bob Dylan. I mean, he said I've got the greatest hits, and I've got greatest hits 2, and I've got Highway 61 revisited. I've obviously got Blood on the Tracks. You have to have that, and I've got Blonde on Blonde. Obviously, that's an essential, and I've got Desire. So actually, come to think of it, I've got more albums by Bob Dylan than by anybody else. Well, that's kind of how it goes, isn't it?
That's the way. Yeah, that's the way it should be.
That's
Everyone
right.
should listen to Bob Dylan.
Absolutely, I thought it was hilarious.
Even just for his lyrics, they're absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, without a doubt, he's an absolute poet, isn't he? He's a troubadour. So so you're still listening to that sort of stuff. As modern music in terms of obviously where we are filming this at the moment, it's a big centre for new music and for hip hop particularly. Has any of that impacted on you at all?
Oh yeah, I do listen to. I used to listen to Public Enemy and NWA and stuff like that.
Yeah, fabulous.
Yeah, I listen to all the new music. But
yeah.
Maybe I'm just stuck in my ways.
Obviously, we're similar in that as well. And but what I've noticed in being involved with all this stuff recently is I've found new avenues that I probably wouldn't listen to otherwise. It's just been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's the way it is because certainly like record companies, they're not putting out any really new music, are they? I mean, I was reading. Listening to something on I think YouTube the other day about someone wrote an article saying something about old music is ruining new music or something.
Wow.
Because all these artists are selling their back catalogues for millions of dollars.
Yeah, and fair play to them as well.
And the people are making money out of that, and they're not bothering with the new music.
Yeah,
so.
Well, it's an argument, isn't it? I guess it's an argument. New music will always triumph, I think. New music, we may not appreciate it. It might not even be designed for our ears at our age, you know, but new music will always triumph.
But what this article says was that, there is loads of new music, but the record companies aren't pushing it. What they're pushing is what you're getting on the MTV or whatever, you know, that stuff. But if you go looking, there is really good music.
Definitely,
somewhere.
and it's out there. It's now re-emerging, isn't it? After 2 years of lockdown, music is re-emerging, and I think a lot of young people have had 2 years of frustration where they've had a chance to create.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's coming out. If you get out to these venues now, mate, you see some fantastic artists,
right,
brilliant bands, you know, that have been waiting for so long to be able to get out there and do this stuff again, you know. So it's really exciting. I think it's really. I try and look on the positive. I think it's a really exciting time for young music, and the influences you can hear all over the place from the stuff that we love, you know. Absolutely. So, how would you describe the power of music, mate?
The power of music?
Yeah.
Jesus. How long you got?
Well, as long as you need.
The power of music. I don't know. The power of music. That's a whole different.
It's a deep one.
Different podcast.
It's a deep one.
It just touches you so deeply, doesn't it? At times.
That's right.
Makes you happy. Makes you sad. Just does all the emotions, doesn't it? And
absolutely.
Makes you think too. Makes you dance.
Like very little else does.
Yeah.
That's
exactly,
right, isn't it? Yeah, wonderful. And I asked this question because we're in Liverpool, and most of the people I speak to are Merseysiders, obviously, and we've discussed it before. We've recorded this in the past, but I ask everybody this question: what impact did the Beatles have on you musically, or socially, or professionally, or culturally? Did they impact on you at all, or did you say, "Nah, it's not for me"?
No, I really like the Beatles, but I think I like them more for the covers that they done as opposed to the original song.
Oh, that's really interesting, actually.
So, I was buying that LPs. Yeah, I like Twist and Shout off the first one.
Brilliant, brilliant.
What is it? Can't remember.
Please,
money off the.
Money off.
With Mr. Moonlight and all them stuff.
Yeah.
All the Shirelle songs and the Cookie songs and all that. I was just buying their songs for them.
Fantastic.
Their original songs I wasn't too keen on, but I must admit I liked Love Me Do on the first album.
Yeah.
But then eventually I just. I think when we got to Revolve, I think I went after them. So.
Oh really? Oh right. So it got a bit more sort of rock, progressive kind of style.
Yeah, they were doing studio stuff as opposed to
absolutely
being a band. So
absolutely, yeah.
So,
That's interesting. Have you seen the Get Back documentary?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you enjoy the rooftop section? The last sort of after 30, 40 minutes or whatever. Did you enjoy that bit?
Yeah, I thought that was great. Yeah.
I thought it illustrated just what a great band they were actually.
Oh yeah, really great band when they done. And that's the part I liked was
when they stripped it back.
Yeah, stripped it back. They just the bass drums and the keyboard. And
absolutely,
they were absolutely good.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Well, I think, mate, we're just about on time up there, but it's been an absolute pleasure to see you again, first of all, because it's been a few months since we've seen each other, and to hear you play, especially. Thank you for that, mate. It was really good, really good.
You're too kind.
So, just to reiterate, Pryle's next outing is going to be at the Outpost on Renshaw Street on the 22nd of April. I'm definitely going to be there, and hope you can be too. And what about tickets for that night? Are you going to get some tickets to sell, are you, from Big Condo? I guess that's probably the way it's going to work. So get in touch with Michael directly. We'll put his hashtag underneath, and so you can contact him via social media, or get in touch with Big Condo at the records here here on Paul Street, and we can get some tickets out to you. So thanks again, mate. Great job.
Thanks for having me.
Bloody pleasure, mate.
Fun.
Absolute pleasure. Well done.